So the problem with this window is that it rolls down but doesn't roll up. Huh, now it's not even rolling down. So whenever you're taking a door panel off, find all the screws first and then just lift the panel off. It's usually not a big deal. We're going to start seeing if this can pry out, and I bet it can. There we go. Just going to open the door latch, take this off. Next we're going to pry this one off. Okay, there's a little tab on this green one that you can push in and then pull the electrical connector out. There's one. This one up here looks like it just has a tab that you pry up on, and then you can pull the connector out. There we go. And then this one at the bottom has a tab right here that you push in. There we go. Okay. Next we have this corner piece here. So let's pry this out. Okay, once you've removed all the clips on the door, you can just remove the panel. Ah, there's a screw right here that I missed. If you go underneath the handle, you'll see two little circles there, and these kind of things always hold screws behind them. I'm going to take them out. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a screw in there, so we're going to take these two out and then the door should come off. Okay, now the door panel should come off. There we go. Now you're going to have some wires here. You're going to have the wire from the light and for the speakers. Here's one connector. Pry up on this. Pull it out. The other connector is right here by the speaker. So now we have this weather shield right here that we're just going to take off. Okay, and then we have this insulating styrofoam piece that just clips on the top here. Oops, broke a little piece of it. Okay, we're going to hook up the window control again and observe the behavior of what's happening. That won't work at all. I found that I can make it go down if I push down on it. It's actually moving. There we go. Okay. Well, right away I see that there's a bolt missing that holds the window to the regulator. But this can't be the problem because the window is the motor is struggling to push the window up and down, and it will stop after a short amount of time. So it's either the motor or some other component. So it looks like what's happening is that the window motor is overheating, drawing excessive current, and causing the circuit breaker to break. That's why if I keep using it, it will not work for 30 seconds or so, or a minute, and then it will after the circuit is cooled down. So that tells me that either the motor is bad or the motor isn't getting enough power. I believe the window regulator is good because with a visual inspection it looks good, also because the window rolls down fine, as you saw before, and there's no binding or anything. So these two wires are the power wires that go to the motor. Now, I made a video about the circuit for this system, and if you watch that video, you'll know that if we probe in both wires and get the voltage between these two, whenever we switch this window down or up, we should read plus and minus 12 volts on these. So we're going to do that now just to verify that the motor is getting enough power. Okay, so here's the setup we got. We got both wires back probed, and I got the multimeter set up here so you can hopefully see the readout. Okay, I'm going to go and press the window up. We see about 9 volts of power, and I'm going to go down, and we see about 10 or 11 volts of power. Going back up, we see 9 volts. Going back down, we see 10 volts. And now the circuit breaker has overheated and the window is inoperative. Okay, so what I've done is to completely bypass the switch and all the wiring to the window itself. I ran a wire from the positive battery terminal, and I'm gonna stick it in one of the probes here. So I'm just gonna stick it in the blue one. Now I have another short wire right here that I'm going to stick in the other probe. And be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to apply power to something that isn't meant to have that much. Okay, so now all I need to do is touch this to a good ground, which is, I'm going to put it on the regulator right here. So let's see. Well, it looks like it does the same thing. It might act a little better, but it's still going up and then stopping. So let's do it again. Nope, same thing. If you want to switch the direction of window travel, all you have to do is switch the wire terminals, and there you go. So we've monitored the voltage on the back of the connector, and we saw that it was being dropped as the motor was running, and then we bypassed all the wiring to the connector and ran it with direct battery voltage and noticed that it was still acting exactly the same way. That tells me that the motor is failing and causing the voltage to drop when it's being applied to it because it can't keep up with the load. So the answer here is that this window needs a new motor. So we're going to replace that right now. Finally!